two-wheeler EV maker Bounce, which will be delivering its first scooter in weeks to come, has inked a pact with the listed company Greaves Cotton. This is for EV battery swapping. This is something that we heard Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman actually announce on 1st of February in her Union Budget speech. Why is this agreement important? What exactly is battery swapping? Why is it a game changer? I'm going to be discussing that and more with Bounce co-founder Anil, who's joining us live right here on ET Now. Thank you so much. This is Nantara. So my first question is battery swapping. You know, it's the idea, of course, being, and it's something that Bounce is trying to pioneer, remove the cost of the battery from the EV, which is, of course, the most important component. You get into battery swapping, infrastructure is built where people can go and swap batteries and things like that. But Anil, my first question is, why did you partner with a company like Greaves Cotton, which, let's face it, is a pretty new player in the entire mobility space?
I think the infrastructure that we are laying in terms of battery swapping network is something that will definitely benefit all OEMs who are in the space of EV. Right now, we are trying to work with people in the two-wheeler space and three-wheeler space. For a player like Greaves, I think they have a great brand like Ampere, through which they sell a lot of scooters, and they've also ventured into three-wheeler EVs. And the infrastructure that we are laying will help their customers to also buy vehicles without battery, which drastically reduces the upfront cost, which is one of the biggest inhibitions for people to adopt to EV. In addition to that, it will also help them overcome the issue of range anxiety. So for Greaves and for Bounce Infinity, the network that is being set up is just being leveraged by both of us. Bounce will definitely continue to extend this service to other OEMs as well, both in the two-wheeler and three-wheeler space in the initial time. And we are aggressively ramping up our network across the country in the coming 2 quarters.
Tell us, Anil, when you create this infrastructure for battery swapping, there will have to be two components. One, right, the real estate, where consumers will actually go and swap their batteries. Where are all of these battery swapping stations going to come up?
So the network that we are currently setting up is designed in a way where it's very easy for people to locate them. So our objective is to make sure a customer finds a swapping station every kilometer from wherever he is. So currently we are partnering with the oil companies. The fuel stations will have the swapping stations. We are partnered with all the metros. We are partnered with all the residential apartments, office complexes, a lot of government agencies. The swapping stations will be laid out in all such locations. Bangalore, if you take where our network is the most dense, you will find a swapping station every 2 kilometers, and the mix is all of them. In addition to that, we have also partnered with a lot of small mom and pop stores, the Kirana stores, which is very unique for an Indian in the Indian ecosystem. So we have partnered with them, where the swapping station will be hosted by these Kirana partners. And it also creates an additional avenue for them to earn some extra money, and also helps us create this infrastructure which is very distributed, so that the customers will find a swap station very close to wherever they are.
You know, just taking a leaf from what you just said, what I want to understand, and I'm sure all our viewers as well do, is how profitable really is battery swapping business for the owner of the station? I mean, you just said that you plan to get a station in 1 kilometer radius reach. Well, what's in store for the outlet owner if one wants to really, get into the math of it all?
So let's say if it's a partner, be it a Kirana store or a fuel station. So we have two models. One, they can just be a host, where Bounce will invest on the EV infrastructure. For being a host, we have a revenue share model. So for every swap that we charge a customer, a portion of that goes to a partner who's assisting us in the operations. We also enable partners to invest on this EV asset. Let's say you're a Kirana owner and you want to also invest on the EV infrastructure that is being laid in your outlet. We help him get a fixed return, which is better than a normal fixed deposit that he might earn from a bank. So we give them a avenue to invest and earn on the infrastructure that is being laid, and also help them get money from the operational assistance that they give. Typically, just the operational assistance, just somebody hosting the swap station, a small kirana could earn anywhere between 3 to 5,000 rupees a month, which is a decent amount for somebody to earn. On top of that, if they invest on, let's say, an EV battery or a station, for whatever investment that they do, we give them a return anywhere about 10 to 12% per annum, which is a fixed return, assured return that they can get over the number of years the batteries are hosted in their location.
Okay. Anil, I specifically want to talk about bounce as well. What's happening on the deliveries of Infinity E1? Are they expected on time? I understand that they were supposed to start, mid-March. And also, with what numbers are you starting and which particular regions?
Our deliveries are expected to start from April. Our productions will start end of March, and right now we are quite confident about the dates because we know the supply chain is in place. Deliveries we are expecting to do across India. Based on the bookings that we have got interest all over India, but I think the initial phase we want to focus on the top 10-12 cities where we do our deliveries. In terms of numbers, I think it's still early for me to disclose that. I think once we start doing the deliveries, we will tell. We've started doing our test rides across India, and we are getting tremendous response. People have started paying full amount so that they get deliveries very very early. So it will be a ramp up. Our capacity is to do about 15,000 scooters a month. Our capacity right now, the line that we have laid can do about 2 lakh units a year. So it will be a slow ramp up initially. So we'll start with a few thousands initially, and then ramp it up to about 15,000 in a couple of months.
The other thing I also wanted to talk about, Anil, is, because this is something that we've been speaking about with just about every stakeholder of India Inc. How does the rise in the commodity basket pressure you? And are there any plans to then increase the cost, or you feel competition right now won't really allow you to do that and pass on the commodity price pressure onto your consumers right now?
I think it's still a wait and watch for us. Right now, the raw material prices are definitely increasing. We are seeing an increase of anywhere between 3 to 5% of our input cost, but we're just waiting to see if there is a temporary fluctuation or things will continue to be like this for some time. Initially, at least for the first quarter or 2 quarters, we intend to retain the kind of pricing that we have announced, unless and until it's a very drastic increase in the commodity pricing.
Speaking with you, we cover a lot of corners, and I hope our viewers got what they really wanted. Good having you on the show today.